Alright, I painted my nails with this Rimmel Lasting Pro in black satin, and then for the two accent nails I did in silver, I did with Beyond Cozy by Essie. You can just leave it like that, but I kinda, and it's just one coat for all the nails. I want some more sparkle, and I have this really fun, pretty holographic. It's actually a purchase from Dollar Tree back when I lived in Alaska. It's called Jingle Bells, and it's just really, really pretty. I like the sparkle it does. It's kind of a little bit dried out, but I'm okay with that. So I just want to put a little bit on my pinky and middle finger on both hands, just to give it a little bit of an extra sparkle, and I just kind of messed that up. So you can see I got it all over the place with this nail. So I just go over it with an orange wood stick, and just scrape it out where I went on the skin. And you can actually have a little dish with some acetone in it and get the wood wet with the acetone if it's sticking really bad, and then use that to kind of brush it off of your skin. Especially with my pinkies, the fingers are just way too small for me to get in there with a cotton swab, and this is easier for me. Alright, so that should have just a really nice, pretty holographic sparkle to it. And then for my other fingers, I have a little makeup sponge. It's just a round one I had. If whatever ones you have work just fine. But I tore it in half, and I'm actually gonna tear that if I can get it to. These ones were really tough, so I kind of tore it into fourths, and I have two polishes. The blue I'm going to be using is Salon Perfect in Blue Ribbon, and the purple is Sally Hansen Insta-Dry in Pronto Purple. So I'm going to take the purple and just put a little bit. I have my Ziploc baggie that I use to put polish on. I'm just going to put a little bit out there. Can pour some more if I need it, and just take the little tip of my brush. I like having, or sponge, I like using the rough edges, and then dip it in there and then kind of tap it on the side a little bit. I'm going to need to pour more out because the first little bit the sponge absorbs quite a bit of polish. So do that, and then just kind of blot it a little bit, and then I'm just going to kind of go through and put purple on my nails in little sections. I don't even know if you can see the purple that well in the lighting, but it's not very obvious. It's just a little variance in color. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same thing with the blue. And I'm going to go ahead and just use the same section of sponge that I used for the purple. I'm kind of blotting it out a little bit to the side here, but for the most part, it doesn't matter if you get a little bit. And just again, just to get a little bit of a depth of color. It's not really showing up that much. So that's all I'm doing for that. And then I have this really beautiful Sally Hansen. It's it looks like it's black polish, but really it's a clear based polish with really, really fine black glitter in it, and then it's got holographic gold and big gold chunks in there, and it is called Midnight Glitz. I think it's so pretty. I'm going to take that and do 1 or 2 coats over the black nails, depending on how glittery it comes out. I want it to be fairly glittery, not super glittery, but definitely want there to be some good sparkle to it. So 1 thick coat's probably good enough. And just make sure you get some of the bigger glitters in there. Let's see if we can get a little closer so you can see. just do that on the other black nails real quick. So I'm going to go ahead and let this dry all the way so I can stamp on top of it. Okay, I think that they are dry enough that I can kind of go forward with stamping. Hopefully they are. You can actually just leave your nails like this and they're pretty, or you can stamp depending on what you want to do. Conad stamping polish. I ended up grabbing 0.60 and I'm going to just use this little section in here. Okay, go ahead and wipe off those big white chunks that went on there. Just because, knowing my luck, I'll stamp it right over my nail and it'll bug me. So go ahead and just push really hard. And that did seem to work. For my pinky, I know I'm not going to need much, so I'm actually just trying to swipe on 2 of those stars, because I think that's all I'll need. I ended up actually getting 3, but that's okay. And I'm just going to start in one corner and go a little bit diagonal across, push really, really hard. I don't know why I just did that on my pinky. That'll just be there. I'm too tired to be doing this, I think, maybe. But I wanted to get these done. I had to stop earlier because my nails were so wet from having to do touch-ups and everything. And I was starving, so I stopped and cooked dinner, and I think my brain's just not with it now. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, that seemed to work. I just want to clean up a little bit on here. That other Q-tip was just, I think I'd used it on my image plate, not paying attention. It was loaded with polish. And I actually kind of like the stars on the pinky, so I think I'm going to leave it like that. And I think I'm going to put a star on my middle finger too. Okay, so I did a top coat and I just use Wet n Wild Shine 401A. They're clear. It's been the best thing for me for keeping my nails from chipping. Seche Vite works pretty good, but I mean, this is 99 cents. That's, you know, $6, $7, $8 a bottle. So I'll do 99 cents. It does take a little bit longer to dry, but like I said, it's been the best look I've had with chipping issues, but this is how they turned out. Pretty happy with them. The thumb, like I said, is a little bit cloudy. I probably could go back and fix that a little bit, but it doesn't really matter with the look that I have going. And here's a little bit closer. I think that these silver ones with the holographic actually turned out really cool with the stars on there.